G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. Now, the biggest fight that could possibly be made in boxing is Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. It would presumably be a unification fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. A lot of buzz around this fight, and it's funny because Anthony Joshua has a unification fight with Joseph Parker coming up March 31st, 2018. I am going to do a prediction video on that. But with me doing these Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder videos, I think y'all can pretty much tell who I have winning that particular fight between Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. Now, there's also been rumors going around. Eddie Hearn definitely wants to crack into the U.S. market, which is perfectly fine. The difficult thing about cracking into the U.S. market is there's so many things outside of boxing he had to fight against, and that's other sports and other sports grabbing the attention of U.S. fans in general. So that's just going to be a tall task for Eddie Hearn, but I do commend him for trying to get into the U.S. market because, I mean, he could just stay in the UK market and be perfectly fine. But, you know, he's trying to venture out, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that from a business standpoint. So definitely have much respect for Eddie Hearn. Now, there's a rumor going around that if Gerald Big Baby Miller wins his fight against Johann Duhaupas, that Eddie Hearn might bring Anthony Joshua over to the States, preferably New York City, to fight Gerald Big Baby Miller in the U.S. before a Deontay Wilder fight. Now, I don't have a problem with Anthony Joshua versus Gerald Big Baby Miller if it's going to happen in the U.S. I have absolutely no problem with that. And I know I'm in a minority in terms of that opinion because people are fiending for this Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder fight so much that they want it like right now. They want it next. And I can respect that as well. But I do understand the political landscape. I do understand the political games that be going on. And this is no different. This is no different. So this is Eddie Hearn getting his guy another big payday, getting another guy of his, Gerald Big Baby Miller, getting him a big payday, and an in-house fight. This is a top-ranked special right here. Like this is a play straight out of the Bob Arum playbook, you know. So I definitely get it from Eddie Hearn. Now, let's just say, now we're doing hypotheticals here. Let's just say that Anthony Joshua does sign to fight Big Baby Miller in the USA in New York City. That fight happens. Anthony Joshua gets a victory against Gerald Big Baby Miller. Then the question would be, where would the Deontay Wilder-Anthony Joshua fight take place? Now, Anthony Joshua fighting a Big Baby Miller in New York City, that kind of takes away the narrative that the fight has to be in the UK. From a money perspective, is it more money in the UK? Absolutely. Because they're going to put it in the stadium. It's probably going to be 100,000 strong in the stadium. The pay-per-view buys in the UK is going to be off the charts. From a money standpoint, no doubt about it, the UK would be the better choice. And I'm not sure if the UK fans would understand this or the people that's not in the USA would understand what I'm getting ready to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Every athlete's dream is to be a star in the US. Every athlete wants, especially boxer, wants to fight a mega fight in Vegas. It gets no bigger than having a mega fight in Vegas and being a superstar in the United States. It's nothing bigger than that. Every boxer wants that. And to add an extra element to it, Shelly Finkel. Shelly Finkel is a legendary manager, promoter. He's been in the game for over 20 years. Well respected. And he's cool with Eddie Hearn's father, Eddie Hearn Sr., and the Eddie Hearn, the business of boxing was passed down to Eddie Hearn from his father, Eddie Hearn Sr. Now, Shelly Finkel kind of put Eddie Hearn on blast a little bit, and Shelly Finkel told Eddie Hearn Sr. to tell Eddie Hearn Jr. that he should be running the numbers on how much a Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder fight would do in the USA, preferably in Las Vegas. Eddie Hearn Jr. said that he would run those numbers, and that was a long time ago. And fittingly, he has not run those numbers as of yet. And I don't know if that's on purpose or the man is I give it to him, the man is very busy. May not have had a chance to run them numbers, but when you're Eddie Hearn status, I think you have people to run those numbers for you. So the fact that he hasn't run those numbers yet is pretty funny to me. Now, before they can determine where the fight would take place, whether it would be the UK or Las Vegas, you would have to run some numbers as far as how much it could possibly do in Vegas from a business standpoint. You have to figure those numbers because we know the UK is going to have more money involved, but you have to compare the two and see how far behind Vegas would be in terms of the actual money. Okay? Now, I'm going to save Eddie Hearn the trouble. Eddie Hearn Sr. the trouble. Shelly Finkel the trouble. And PBC the trouble of running numbers on how much this fight would do in Vegas compared to in the UK. So, me being G5 Jeff TV, I would like to think of myself as an innovator, a problem solver. How about this? Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, they should sign a 2-fight deal. Sign a 2-fight deal. Just sign you're going to fight each other twice. And make it a home and home. Similar to what the NBA does. The NBA basketball, they would have a home and home. You know, team will go to the other team's backyard, play a game, then that team will go to the other team's backyard and play a game. They can do that with this fight. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Make this a 2-fight deal. Have a fight in Vegas and have a fight in the UK. And it's beneficial for several reasons. Number one, each fighter gets a home game. That's number one. Number two, you get to maximize the US market and the UK market. That's number two. Number three, you would turn both of these fighters into global stars. Not just UK stars, not just US stars, but global, worldwide stars. Worldwide superstars if you sign a 2-fight deal and have one in Vegas and one in the UK. And boxing in general needs to have global superstars in the sport. It is needed because boxing is in a post-Floyd Mayweather era. And not only does the promoters, but these companies, these fighters, social media, regular media, boxing fans, boxing hardcores, casuals, we all have to collectively come together and make sure that boxing basically just improves as a sport. And sports is driven off of superstars, storylines, and superstars. And if you make a 2-fight deal with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, you will be accomplishing just that. Because whether you think Anthony Joshua is going to win the fight or whether you think Deontay Wilder is going to win the fight, I think we are all in agreement that it will be an exciting fight and bombs will be landed. I mean, serious bombs will be landed. I cannot see this fight going down and there's not a high level of excitement and drama in this fight. So a rematch is probably going to get called regardless. If Deontay Wilder win by a knockout, or if Anthony Joshua win by a knockout, or if for some odd reason it goes a decision, it's going to be a highly talked about fight, and people are going to want to see it again regardless of the result of the fight. So with that being the assumption, let's just save all the bullshit, save all the politics, save all the running of the numbers. Shelly Finkel ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to try to talk them into running numbers about Vegas and how much it'll make in the U.S. Ain't got to do all that. Just sign a 2-fight deal. A 2-fight deal. Let these two talented big boys get it on and have the boxing world on its heels when these two guys get into the ring. Now, I know this may be a little far-fetched, but not only does this make boxing sense, but this makes sense for both fighters. And this makes sense for just boxing in general. This could put boxing back on the forefront because boxing is no better when the heavyweight division is on and popping. So we definitely need to make this happen. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section of this situation, just in general, and my idea of signing a 2-fight deal. 1 fight in Vegas, 1 fight in the UK. And it don't matter who gets to fight first, whether it's the UK or Vegas. Me personally, I think it should go down in Vegas first because no matter what happens, the UK money is always going to be there. They always going to be able to pack this stadium with 100,000 people. Those pay-per-view sales is always going to go in the UK, no matter what. In Vegas, you got to kind of strike when the iron's hot because the USA market's a little bit different. So I think if they put that in Vegas first, I think that would be the prime situation, and then take it over to the UK. But y'all let me know what y'all think. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. Appreciate y'all. Peace.